Okay, so if you've ever been wanting to start a business, maybe you've been really inspired by some of the many amazing videos here on this platform that content creators are always sharing with you. I know me personally, I love sharing my business journey with you guys, and I get so many messages about how encouraged and inspired you guys are to start your businesses. But one thing that I notice a lot of times is sometimes people feel all of that encouragement and the inspiration and everything, and they feel the itch to start a business, and yet they have no idea what they want to do. They kind of just like, I don't really know exactly what I want to do for my business. I know I want to do something, but I'm not sure which route to take, which path is correct for me. And so if you're feeling like that, then this video is definitely going to be for you. Change is crazy. Yeah. Change is crazy. Yeah. I will always love. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana and I'm a mentor and business coach for women that are wanting to start their own creative businesses. And here every Tuesday on this channel, I share some kind of business tip or ways to help you get started with your creative business. One of the biggest things that I love to do is to watch people grow in an entrepreneurship journey. And so I love making these videos. If you ever have a question or if you want to see something in a video, definitely leave it down below in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. So today's topic is going to be all about figuring out what is your purpose, and especially when it comes to business. You know you want to start a business, you've been feeling that inkling of wanting to get started, and yet you just have no idea where to begin. Maybe you're inspired by a lot of other people's journeys, but sometimes it can be very hard to differentiate what other people are doing versus what we should actually be doing that's the right fit for ourselves. And so I know I mentioned to you guys on here many times, my purpose is to inspire women to go for what they want in their lives. And that has been something I feel that has been in my heart for years. Even before I became an entrepreneur, when I was a young girl, I always wanted to inspire women through song lyrics. I wanted to be a performer. I sing and I used to songwrite. So one of the things that I felt was like, oh, that was gonna be my path. That was gonna be the journey I was gonna take. And it ended up looking very differently for me. And this is now what my platform is, to inspire women. And so I think sometimes we may not realize it, but our journey can really be the birthing of what our purpose truly is. And sometimes we are so caught up in just the end all be all of finally getting to that thing we are meant to do, what we're called to do. And we end up missing out on all of the amazing lessons and the journeys and just the life along the way because we're too busy worrying about, well, is this my purpose? Is this right for me? Is this my calling? And all of those different things. And so today I really wanted to share with you guys 3 different tips that you can start to kind of get your mind working a little bit on how to figure out what is that thing you should be doing for your business? Is it right? And all those different questions that I'm sure that hit your head from time to time when you think like, oh, I really want to start a business, but dang, where do I get started? Okay, so step number 1 is to one of my favorite things that I love to do anytime I have just a whole bunch of ideas, or maybe I don't have many ideas, but I like to do a brain dump. And you can do this on your phone, you can do this in a journal, on a random scratch piece of paper, on the back of your kid's homework, whatever the case is. Write down some different things that you have in your mind of what you've ever thought about doing for a business. And so really, you know, the sky is the limit. This is a time for you to get all of those ideas out of your head and onto some paper and really see them looking back at you. I think it's just, there's something powerful in really writing things down and just really getting your thoughts out to really see like, okay, what the heck do I have in my mind anyway? And even deeper, think of some things that you've always wanted to learn more about, the things that you're good at, the things that you love to do. And one thing I want to point out too is sometimes just because you are passionate about something doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a business for you. I think that it's okay to have hobbies and just talents and things that you just do for the heck of it. You do it because you love it, you do it for yourself, and it's not necessarily to make a dollar or to grow this like brand behind. But at the same token, I do understand if that is something that kind of begins the process for you, because I know for myself, when I started my business, I was really into planning and stickers and organization. I've always been into those things, and so it was kind of a natural fit to create a business around it. But little did I know there was so much more to my business than just stationery and stickers. And so that is really what you want to think about. What are you good at? What are the things that you truly enjoy? And really take a moment to write all of those down, get them all out of your head. And even if you're kind of feeling like, oh, well, I don't enjoy anything, which I find hard to believe, or if you feel like I'm not really sure what I'm good at, really that's kind of a moment where you need to think about, okay, maybe before I even go down this entrepreneurship journey, maybe I need to go through the journey of really learning a little bit more about who I am and getting more in touch with who I am as a woman. If you really are just not sure, then maybe it just may not be the right time to start a business, because to me, I feel like knowing who you are and what you love and what fires you up, to me, is so much more important than starting a business, because the entrepreneur behind that business has to be solid within themselves. And I feel like we're always learning who we are. It's a constant journey. We're constantly changing, but I think that it's so important for you to have that foundation within yourself to know, okay, this is what I love, this is what I'm passionate about, this is what I think I can bring to the table. Okay, and then from there, to me, naturally, is to just narrow it down. So once you have that, so what I would do, if you wrote like a whole bunch of them down, maybe pick like 5 or something like that. Kind of narrow it down to the ones that you really are the most excited about pursuing, that you want to learn a little bit more about, that you want to dive into. And I want you to ask yourself a series of questions for each of those. So you need to break out into another journal or a Word document or something on Google, whatever the case is. You want to take a moment to ask yourself these questions. And I'm gonna actually put them on the screen because I want to make sure that you really get this. So the first question you want to ask yourself, is this something that can help other people in some capacity? So most of the time, if it is something you're thinking about doing for a business, there's got to be some kind of benefit that can really help a customer with their pain point, something that they are lacking in their life, and you can provide that for them. You want to answer that question. So if you don't feel like it's something that's going to benefit someone, that right there might be a situation where it's like, maybe that's not the best business idea, at least not right now. And then the next question I would say is, depending on all of those different things, think about your own skill set that you currently have, or your ability to learn more, and figure out, do you need additional resources to help you? Do you need coaching? Are there tutorials or different things you can watch to really build your expertise up in this area? What is it going to look like? What's the picture of the learning aspect for you to really get a little bit more educated on what it is that you want to do? And I think that it is okay. Just because you're good at something, it's one thing to do it and be good at it and do it as a passion or a hobby or whatever. It's another when you want to turn it into a business. And so don't ever feel like, oh, well, because I don't know that much about this, maybe it can't be a business for me. That is absolutely not true. And that is why there are so many free resources out there, so many videos, people like me that are willing to help you to really get you to a point where you do feel comfortable and confident in order to make it a business. And so then the last 2 questions is like a 2-parter. So the first one is, will this bring you income? Is this something that can actually make you money? And most of the time, I would think that it probably would, but really think about that. Is it something that is worth you investing the time in? Do you feel like you can charge people for it? Do you feel like they'll pay? Again, going back to that will people benefit situation. And then the second part of that question is, if it doesn't bring me money right away, am I still going to be interested? And am I still gonna go full force with it? And that is such an important question, because it can't just be about the money, you guys. I think with any business, that is a goal, that we all want to make income from a business. It's almost like this unspoken thing, or the elephant in the room that we all see, but you don't necessarily have to talk about. And I think that it will come. But just like I've seen where people will say, like even with growing on YouTube, for example, I used to watch a ton of those videos, and people would always say, if you're just on here to get monetized, if you're just on here to make the money, then this may not be the right thing for you. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing with entrepreneurship in a way. And I say that because it's a little bit different when you have like a full team and people behind you and tons of money that is coming in. But in the beginning, when it's just you, you really have to rely on your heart and your passion and your drive to keep going, because it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. Even if it's not a money situation, it may just be that, something went wrong. You forgot to link something in an email. Like there's always going to be something that can make you feel like you want to give up. And you want to make sure that you have something that you truly believe in and that you're truly passionate about, no matter how much money is coming in and no matter what the scenario may be. And I'll probably touch on this again in another video, but just before the fame and the fortune come, you really just want to have something that you are so passionate about. And I feel like it just makes it that much sweeter when you have just this connection to this thing that you are working on and working towards growing. It just makes it even better. And so, you know, somebody may debate with me and say it is about the money or whatever, but my personal feeling about it, and the different businesses that I've pursued in my life, is I have to enjoy what I do. And even if there isn't money coming in, I still continue to get up and I still continue to do those things. And so it's really, really important. So then the last tip that I want to give you, after you've kind of narrowed it down to you've answered those questions, then I want you to pick the one that you can realistically launch, meaning starting your business within the next quarter. So the next 3 to 6 months. Can you get this thing off the ground, get it live for people to purchase, come sign up for your mailing list, whatever the case may be for your situation? Can you realistically do it? And the reason that I give you this timeline is because I think the more that you wait and you draw it out and you just really take a long time, it's just gonna keep getting put off. So if you've already kind of been like, maybe next year or something like that, really pick something that you can realistically get together in 3 to 6 months. And maybe you may have to work with someone, or maybe you may have to have some nights where you stay up late. And then as your business grows, you can work on all of the different aspects that you want to make better, that you want to change, improve, and all of those things. But I don't want you to be a procrastinator. I want you to get started. And that is what my whole Tuesday videos are all about, is trying to give you the tools, the encouragement, the empowerment to finally start that thing you have been thinking about. And that is what it's all about. So whatever it is, make sure it's something you can do within the next quarter-ish time frame. And so like I said before, purpose is really something that I think a lot of times we can get caught up in, and it can really pause our progression on life a lot of times because we're waiting for that thing to just feel right. And sometimes things are just not gonna feel quite right. And just a quick story, like when I started the Stationary Muse, like I mentioned to you guys, I started the business with it in mind that, I love stationery. I think I'm gonna sell some A5 planner inserts. That's what I started with. And if you have been on the Stationary Muse website anytime within the last year, if you go there right now, you will see that I sell so much more than just planner inserts. I sell so much more than just stationery. It has truly turned into an empowerment brand for women, to inspire them to go for what they want in their lives. And even though I kind of said that when I first started this channel, I would say that sometimes, but it just has such a different look now, feels so different. This is truly a brand, and there's truly life that lives behind it. And that's not something that I got when I first started my business. So if you have an idea, if there's something you've been thinking about trying out, but you're just not sure, like, is this the right fit? Just give it a try. What is the worst that can happen? Even if it doesn't work out, or you find out that it isn't the right fit, at least you went down that route, and now you can cross something off and know, well, that wasn't it, and you can eliminate that. It's better than just kind of always having this wondering of what if type of situation. It's better to just go out there and go for it. I know it's easier said than done. But at the same time, you don't want to regret anything. You don't want to live a life of what if, only because you are waiting to see if something feels right for you. So hopefully you guys understand that. I think that through my own personal business journey, I can attest to this, and even just my life journey in general, where I thought I was going to be and where I've ended up today are just completely different. It looks very different, but it feels just right. And that's something that has really taken time to grow through my journey. And sometimes we have to kind of get uncomfortable in order to get to a place of really understanding and gaining the clarity that we're really looking for when we want to just pursue anything that we're interested in. So that's basically it, you guys. Do not let your purpose stop you. Do not sleep on your dreams. I will see you guys in the next video. I would love to hear from you. Comment down below and let me know what are some of the business ideas you guys are thinking about starting. Stationary business, a subscription box, t-shirts. I've seen all kinds of fun and cool ideas. I would love to hear what are some of the things you're thinking about, and maybe we can even, kind of go back and forth in the comments if you need some extra ideas or suggestions. I'm here for you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.